Many years ago, Andrew wandered through life much like most of us do, busy, distracted, carrying burdens he did not understand, planting seeds of worry, doubt, and fear without even realizing it. Andrew thought he was working hard, learning, growing, yet he was surrounded by weeds he had allowed to take root. And one day a wise teacher looked at him and said, "If you do not tend your garden, it will tend you." At first he did not understand. He looked at him, puzzled, and he explained, "Your mind is a garden. Every thought you nurture, every word you speak to yourself, every action you take is a seed. And like any garden, some seeds bring fruit, and some seeds bring weeds." Andrew began to reflect. How often do we allow fear to take root, replaying past mistakes in our minds, watering them with regret and worry? How often do we allow jealousy, resentment, or anger to grow quietly, thinking they are harmless until they choke out our peace and clarity? The truth is, these are the weeds of the mind, subtle yet persistent, and they rob us of the life we might otherwise cultivate. So he started small. Every morning, before the world demanded his attention, he would sit quietly, observing the garden of his thoughts. He noticed a thought of doubt appear like a stubborn weed. He did not fight it, nor did he ignore it. He simply acknowledged it, gently uprooted it, and replaced it with a seed of possibility, a reminder that he could learn, that he could grow, that he could act with intention. And little by little his garden changed. Andrew learned that growth is not a sudden harvest. It is patience. It is tending to small moments, nurturing positive habits, and pulling the weeds before they take over. One of his favorite lessons came from observing nature itself. A gardener does not demand the flowers bloom overnight. The sun, the rain, and time do the work. All the gardener does is prepare the soil, plant the seeds, and care for them consistently. In the same way, we must cultivate patience with ourselves. And this is where mindfulness becomes our most powerful tool. By paying attention to the thoughts we entertain, the words we speak, and the actions we repeat, we become conscious gardeners. We choose which seeds to plant: courage, gratitude, compassion, curiosity, and which weeds to let go. This practice may seem small, almost invisible in the moment, but over time it transforms the landscape of your life. The lesson here is simple, yet profound. Our minds are gardens, and time is the soil. If we scatter our days with distractions, allow negative thoughts to root, or neglect our inner growth, we may find ourselves overwhelmed by weeds. But if we dedicate ourselves to tending our minds, even for a few minutes each day, we cultivate resilience, clarity, and peace. Every decision, every thought, every small act of kindness is a seed that shapes your garden, shaping your life. So today I invite you to pause, look at the garden of your mind. What seeds are you planting? Which weeds have you allowed to grow unchecked? And what small act can you take right now to nurture something that will flourish in time? Remember, the garden is yours. You are both the gardener and the soil, the sun and the rain. Tend it with care, with patience, and with love, and you will find that even the smallest seeds can grow into a life of deep meaning, joy, and fulfillment.